Are you struggling to find the right team composition in Wuthering Waves? Don't worry, you're not alone. As a free-to-play players, we all face this challenge. But in today's video, I've got you covered. I'll be answering 3 important questions. What are the top 5 must-try teams for our players? How do you execute their rotation effectively? And how can you build them easily to reach their full potential? If you're new here and love Wuthering Waves content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get started. In number 5, if you're looking for a broken free-to-play team, then let me introduce you the Busted Camellia team. A powerhouse that makes Camellia feel like she's on steroids. If you enjoy high damage gameplay, this team is an absolute must-try. Here the team composition. Camellia, your main DPS, Shenhua, your sub DPS that will boost Camellia attack, and Verena, your support that will increase the attack for the entire team. Now, how to play this team? To maximize the damage output, follow this rotation. Start with Verena, use her ultimate, then her skill to charge her concerto bar. Once it's full, swap to Shenhua. Use Shenhua's skill, then Resonance Liberation. Then hold her forte attack until you hit the blue bar, then swap back to Verena. Use Verena Echo skill, then swap back to Shenhua. Attack once, then use her Echo. Finally, switch back to Camellia. Use Camellia Resonance Liberation, then hold her attack. Once her concerto bar is full, use her skill to do a lot of damage. Then hold attack until her forte attack is empty. Then swap back to Verena. If fighting multiple enemies, you can use Camellia AoE attack, which is her skill, but in general the rotation stays the same. And this rotation works well with Keeper instead of Verena too. How to build this team? First, let's start with Camellia, your main DPS. Her best echo set will be Havoc Eclipse. Her main echo will be Nightmare Crownless. Her best weapon will be her signature weapon, or if you don't have it, use Emerald of Genesis or Somewhere Encore for a good alternative. For the budget option, Lemon Glass. Now let's talk about Shenhua. Shenhua is a support that will need the Echo set Moonlight. Her best weapon will be Emerald of Genesis. Her alternative weapon will be Commander of Conviction. Now for Verena. Verena's best Echo set will be Rejuvenating Glow. Her main echo will be Fallacy of No Return, and her best weapon will be Variation. And that's why this team is an absolute bastard. Camellia become an unstoppable force with the right rotation and build. Are you planning to try this team? Let me know in the comments. In number 4, if you're looking for a high risk, high reward that delivers insane damage, then let me introduce you to the Donji Hyper Carry team. This setup is completely free-to-play friendly and turns Donji into an absolute disaster. But you'll need skill and precision to master it. You will need Donji, which is your main DPS, Mortefield, which will be the sub DPS that will boost Donji attack, and Verena, which will heal the party and increase the overall attack for the whole party. So just one thing to know, this is a high risk, high reward, so Donji will consume HP in order to do more damage. Now, how to play this team or the rotation guide. Start with Verena, use Resonance Liberation Gen skill to buff the team. Charge her concerto bar to max, then swap to Mortefield. Use Mortefield Resonance Liberation Gen skill and fill his Outro skill. Then, once you do his Outro skills, switch to Donji. Once you switch to Donji, use 2 times the skill, then Crownless Dash, then skill again. Do basic attack 2 times, then skill 3 times. Use skill again, then basic attack 2 times, then skill 3 times. Once her forte is ready, unleash it, then activate the Resonance Liberation for massive damage. And with her outro to trigger powerful finisher and switch to Verena. How to build the team. First, let's start with Donji. Donji's best echo set will be Havoc Eclipse. Her main echo will be Nightmare Crownless or Crownless. Her best weapon will be Emerald of Genesis or Commando of Conviction, which is the good alternative. Now, for F2P, his best echo set will be Moonlight Clouds. His best weapon will be Static Mist, or the better alternative will be Relativistic Jet. For Verena, her best echo set will be Rejuvenating Glow. Her main echo will be Fallacy of No Return, and her best weapon will be Variation. And that's the Donji Hypercarry team. That is a high risk, high reward setup that makes Donji an unstoppable force. Mastering this team takes practice, but once you do, the damage potential is insane. Are you ready to take the risk? Let me know in the comments. Looking for a strong and consistent team that maximizes Jinsei Forte? Then this Jinsei team is exactly what you need. Let's go over the best rotation and builds to make this team shine. Now, all you need is Jinsei, your main DPS, Yuan-Wu, which will increase Jinsei Forte, and Verena, which will increase the attack for the entire team. How to play this rotation? To maximize Jinsei max damage output, follow this rotation. Start with Verena, use Resonance Liberation Gen skill to boost the team. Switch to Yuan-Wu. Use Yuan-Wu Resonance Liberation Gen skill for the damage. Important note, when Yuan-Wu's forte is full, hold Resonance skill before placing the pillar. Again, otherwise it will disappear. Now swap back to Verena, fill her Outro skill, then use her Echo. Switch to Jinsei and use Jinsei Resonance Liberation, then Jue Echo skill. Spam skill until her final skill is ready. Once Jinsei nuke attack is complete, swap back to Verena and repeat this rotation. This cycle ensures that Jinsei always reaches her max forte, dealing massive damage. Now, the best build for this team. Let's start with Jinsei, your main DPS. Her best echo set will be Celestial Light. Her main echo will be Jue. Her best weapon will be Aegis of Harvest, which is her signature weapon. Her better alternative can be Lustrous Razor or Broadblade number 41. Now let's talk about Yuan-Wu. Yuan-Wu best echo set will be Empyrean Anthem. His main echo will be Nightmare Tempest Memphis. His best weapon will be Originate Type 4, a strong 3-star weapon. For Verena, her best echo set will be Rejuvenating Glow. Her main echo will be Fallacy of No Return, and her best weapon will be Variation. And that's how you master the Jinsei budget team. With the right rotation and build, Jinsei become an absolute monster. Are you planning to use this team? Let me know in the comment. In number 2, if you want a team that makes Havoc Hover an absolute beast, then this team delivers high damage, strong buff, and great sustain, making it perfect for both beginners and veterans. This is the team composition. You have a Hover, which will be your main DPS, Shenhua, which will be the sub-DPS to boost Hover's attack and help with extra damage, and Verena to increase the attack for the whole team and provide healing. Or a better alternative can be Shopkeeper. Now this is how you play this rotation for the team. Start with Rover, use his Resonance Liberation, then skill. Use the Echo Dreamless, then swap back to Verena. Use Verena's Resonance Liberation, then skill to boost the team, charge her Concerto Bar before switching to Shenhua. Use Shenhua's skills and Resonance Liberation for extra damage. Hold her forte attack until the blue bar appears, then swap to Verena. Use Verena Echoes, then swap back to Shenhua. Attack once with Shenhua and use her Echoes, then swap to Havoc Hover. Activate Hover Resonance skill, then hold his attack to activate the mod. Once activate the mod, attack multiple times, then use his Resonance Liberation, then his Echo Dream, swap back to Verena. That's the whole rotation for the team. The best build for this team. Let's start with Havoc Hope. His best echo set will be Havoc Eclipse. Main echo will be Dreamless. The best weapon will be Emerald of Genesis, or a better alternative can be the weapon Sumoir Encore. Best weapon for free-to-play will be Commander of Conviction. Now Shanhua. Shanhua best echo chat will be Moonlight. Her best weapon will be Emerald of Genesis, or a better alternative can be Commander of Conviction. Now for Verena, best echo set will be Rejuvenating Glow. Her main echo fallacy of no return. Her best weapon will be the Variation. Are you gonna use Robust? Let me know in the comments.
Alright, we finally reached the #1 spot, and trust me, this is the hardest team to learn. But once you master it, the satisfaction is unreal. The team is called Shangli Yao Quick Swap, and if you're up for the challenge, this one is for you. This team revolves around content swapping between characters to unleash fast consecutive abilities. So keep that in mind. Now, the team composition gonna be Shangli Yao, your main DPS, Shangli, your second main DPS, Verena, your support that will increase the attack overall for the party, or a better alternative can be Shopkeeper. Now, just a reminder before we do the rotation that I am new to it and I messed up a lot in this video, but I have the correct rotation and I'll show you. So make sure to look at the screen to understand. Now here the first rotation, the second rotation, and the third rotation. As you can see, they are quite different and you need to do it in order to maximize the damage, which is super hard. Now that done, let's talk about the best build for this team. For Shangli Yao, his best echo set will be Void Thunder. His main echo should be Nightmare Tempest Memphis or Nightmare Thundering Memphis. His best weapon will be Verity of Handle. His best alternative weapon will be Abyss Surge, or his best free-to-play option will be Celestial Spiral. For Shangli, her best echo set will be Mountain Rift. Her best main echo should be Nightmare Inferno Rider. Her best weapon should be Blazing Brilliance. Her best alternative weapon should be Emerald of Genesis. Her best free-to-play option should be Commander of Conviction. Now Verena. Verena best echo set should be Rejuvenating Glow. Her best main echo should be Fallacy of No Return. And her best weapon should be Variation. Are you gonna try the quick swap team? Let me know in the comments. I am struggling so hard performing this rotation. That's all for all the top 5 best team in Wuthering Waves. Tell me in the comments if you're gonna try any of these teams that I just mentioned. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share it to your friends. We will see you soon. Bye bye.